At Oxford College of Business, we offer world-class business qualifications awarded by some of the best universities in the world. That's because all we do, all we are, is business education.
Regaining GSP+, Sri Lanka will be exposed to one-way trade preferences consisting of the full removal of duties on 66% of tariff lines, covering a wide array of products including textiles and fisheries. The European Union will exempt duties on Sri Lankan imports to the bloc with effect from the 19th of May, the day after publications in the official journal of the EU. The EU is Sri Lanka's biggest export market, accounting for nearly one-third of Sri Lankan global exports. In 2016, total bilateral trade amounted to almost 4 billion euros, of which EU imports from Sri Lanka amounted to 2.6 billion euros. Speaking to journalists at the office of the EU delegation to Sri Lanka, Ambassador Thun Lai Mark said the direct benefit of removal of duties will be worth in excess of 300 million euros a year.
It's really an opportunity for the exporters and for the manufacturers to diversify their exports towards the Union. And that's something I would really encourage them to do, not to stick to the traditional trade relations towards certain member states or towards the EU as it's now, but to use this opportunity during the number of years where GSP Plus will still be in place to diversify the number of products, the type of products that they want to export towards Europe. And the other benefit, an indirect benefit, will be that there will be more attraction for foreign companies to invest in Sri Lanka and to start business, to create more manufacturing businesses. And this will mean also more jobs, more job creations for Sri Lanka.
In July 2010, the European Union withdrew the trade facility extended to Sri Lanka, citing concerns over failures to address human and labour rights. After undergoing the process to obtain GSP Plus on the 11th of May this year, Sri Lanka was approved to benefit from the preferential treatment in exchange for the country's commitment to ratify and effectively implement 27 international conventions on human rights, labour conditions, protection of the environment and good governance.
What were your main criteria that led the EU to grant GSP Plus to Sri Lanka at this time?
So I think it's important to understand that originally the GSP Plus concession was lost by Sri Lanka because of serious shortcomings that had been identified by the then High Representative and the then Trade Commissioner back in 2010. These were communicated to the Sri Lankan government at the time. Specifically, they related to failures on torture, failures on child rights, and failures on civil and political rights. The government at the time indicated that it had no intention of addressing those shortcomings, which is why the concession was withdrawn. What we've seen from this government from the moment that they came to power is that we have had a sustained dialogue on these issues, on these areas where we had concerns. But we have seen a progressive commitment from the government to take serious and sustained action in all of those areas to address the shortcomings. So that critical criteria is what led to the decision by the European Commission to recommend Sri Lanka's readmission to the GSP+.
The EU will continue to monitor Sri Lanka's progress in adherence to the UN conventions.
We are going to continue working with the government closely in order to achieve more progress. There will be a very stringent monitoring process of the GSP+. So it will be a biannual reporting system. The first one will take place very soon. It will be ready in January 2018.
If Sri Lanka continues to make the necessary progress, then the country has the chance to benefit from the scheme until achieving the status as an upper middle income country for 3 consecutive years. Meanwhile, economic analyst Hasita Premaratna points out that Sri Lankan exporters should use the opportunity to set up long-term measures that will benefit the country.
We'll have the GSP Plus window for a limited period of time. We can't expect it to be there forever. So while the benefit is there, it's very important that our industries, our corporates capitalize on it and make sure that we kind of establish a framework and a sustainable model that can grow to the next level by using the duty benefits and the competitiveness that it gives to the country, so that you can compete with the right right now with countries which already enjoy duty-free access to Europe, like Bangladesh, like Vietnam is getting one, the Cambodia, and many of the African countries.